All right, what is up, YouTube? So, good news. I don't know if you guys can see them down there. We got the headers on the car. See way down in there. But we got the headers on a couple days ago on Saturday, and today is now Monday. So, I'm gonna go the ins and outs of the pain in the ass it was to get these on. Now, disclaimer, I don't know because I bought my headers from Texas Speed, and I don't know if it was an issue with the fitment, because as you can see down there, the header rubs on that tube a little bit, so the fitment is not perfect. That's just the AC line, and I don't use my AC at all, so we should be okay. So from start to finish, this was quite a pain. Obviously, to start, we had to support the engine, take the starter off, take the engine mounts off, and we lifted the engine up like 4 or 5 inches at one point in order to get these in. And even further on that point, I had to literally grab the part of the cylinder head down there and bear hug the engine towards the driver's side in order to get these headers on. I don't know if that's all Texas Speed, because and this isn't a diss on them. Like, I read like easy fitment, and I've read other people saying that they're a pain in the ass, but I went with them because I've heard the most things about them, honestly. And I could be wrong. I don't know. So that was a absolute pain. The other thing is too, on the top of this header, there's a bolt. Oh my God, dude. Getting the headers off was easy. It was cake. Getting the driver's side on was easy cake. Getting the passenger side, oh my God. We had to take every stud out of the cylinder head for the header, put the header on, and one by one, and I mean, like, we had every bolt like this, like just 1, 2, like a 1/10 of a turn, 1/12 of a turn ish. And it took like an hour each bolt, because we literally had to put a wrench on the end of it and like have like one finger just doing this. My wife would be happy after that one. But seriously, it was just like 1/10 of turns, and it was the most painful thing to have to get to. But the engine mounts were easy. It all came off very easy. I got the off-road connection pipe because I have an X pipe, so it did fit perfect. It did. The headers obviously extended like maybe 1 inch once we got from the cat's back into the mid pipes. So there was about 1 inch long. So I did have to chop my exhaust like a 1/4 inch in each spot, and it all fit and ended up fitting perfectly. So that's really all I can say. If you do this job, I did mine on jacks in the garage, and it was probably the worst experience of my life, because I'm almost 6'2", 230, and I work out 6 days a week. I could barely fit under my car. So I'm miserable. My chest is all scraped and fucked up. So thank God I neighbor down the street. He's a master mechanic, and he helped me throughout this period, but it was definitely a pain in the you-know-what. So, what else do we have to do? Oh, that's right. So we couldn't get the header on, but the AC lines down there, I don't know if you guys can see those right there, those were in the way. So we actually had to take the belt off and drop the AC lines a little bit in order to get the header into place even more. And this is with we had the strut bar off, and we had the engine lifted like it was, if I had to guess, it was resting at least where this, like, so here's the engine obviously, and then strut bar. So you can tell that's a big gap. So 5 inches, maybe 6, that we lifted. And I had to, like I said, bear hug the engine that way in order to get this thing, the header in. And boy, was it a pain. So I think that's all we had to do. Other than that, like the bolts, the way, like, imagine that this right here is the header tube. There's a bolt like almost touching on the top right here. And we couldn't get a socket on it to turn it, so we had to put a wrench and just 1, 2, 3, and it took hours upon hours. Every bolt was easy, I will say. So 6 bolts out of the 8 were easy. 2, which is the top closest to the front of the cylinder head, or the engine bay here, the closest top, and then like the 3rd one back on the top were the worst pain I've ever had in my life. I watched these videos, and like I said, I don't know if it's mine specifically, or what, but I've watched videos and people are like, yeah, install of my Texas Speed headers took me 5 hours, perfect fit me, went in easy. And I'm sitting here like, we were like 12 hours into the job and we had just gotten the headers. It was absolutely insane. Shut up, bird. Fuck. I'm trying to make a video here, bitch. So yeah, that was good. Now, there will be some sound clips coming. I have a Roush X pipe. Hold on. So I have a Roush X pipe and a Sandal axle back. So there's no mufflers. Right off the bat, I'm going to put mufflers on the back. There's no fucking question. I'm probably gonna put a Roush mufflers in the back because that was just utter fucking chaos. It is beyond loud. Like I had the Roush X pipe and the Sandal axle back with no mufflers, and people compared this to a full like Borla exhaust. It was insanely loud. But take your normal exhaust, if you have like a Corsa, Borla, take it and times it by 3 minimum. So I obviously live in a neighborhood. I actually had, they're in my trunk. I had to put blankets in the exhaust this morning for like a brief, like 5 seconds when it first started, because like it was insane going down the road, anything above like 2,000 RPMs. And like I had half the block, like all the way down the street through these parking lots looking at me. I mean, I turned heads before with the exhaust, but this was, every person was like, Jesus. And you can hear me coming, I promise. So if you're looking into doing this, please, for the love of God, put mufflers on, unless you just want to be super obnoxious, because honestly, I feel obnoxious right now. So I'm probably going to put a muffler on the back eventually. What else is there? Yeah, we talked about having to take the belt off, drop the AC lines, headers, the bolts that were a problem. The top cat bolt that was back there on the stock ones, people say it's a pain to get to. It was easy, just a 3/8 extension, bzz, 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 done. So like I said, getting them off was cake. The driver's side, within like the 6-hour mark, we had both headers off, engine lifted, all the shit we needed to do done. And we had the driver's side on. It was just the passenger side that took, like I said, upwards of 6 to 7 hours almost alone. And like, I don't know if it was a fitment issue. Well, actually, I can say it was, because it's obviously touching, and that bitch is secured. And this is when the engine's obviously dropped in place, so I don't know why it's touching. I sent them an email, hopefully they can respond, but I hope in the future that's not an issue. What else is there? I don't have any codes yet. Nothing has popped codes in my car yet, but I'm sure it's only been, actually today was like the first like real drive of the car. So I don't have any codes yet, but I'll keep you guys posted if there is. But yeah, this car does sound amazing. It does. Obviously I am tuned, intake headers now, so bolt-ons, and I can say easily the throttle response is a little more touchy. Maybe that's just me, but I don't think so. I really want to give you guys the honest 100%, like, oh, boy, headers, blah, blah, blah. Like, oh, I got 50 fucking horsepower. No, like the throttle response is a little more touchy, easily. And I drive this car a lot, so being able to say that is very true. So I would easily say that the throttle response is better, and that high-end RPM carry, I did one pull today and I was like, whoa, like it was 100% like, oh, I'm not sure if this is a difference. It was a noticeable difference. Eventually I'll get on the highway and do like a full wide open throttle to like a solid pull, but I just did like a third gear up to like 70, 80-ish, wide open throttle. And it was like, whoa, wow, this is crazy. So I think the next thing, there's a place here in Arizona, Dyno Comp, I believe, that does like dyno sessions for like $100, $150 for like 2 pulls or something. So I may do, or no, it's 3 pulls. So I may do that sometime in the future. But yeah, this is crazy. I'm beyond excited for what I've done to the car so far. And I am so happy with the results that I'm, what I've gotten so far. So I'm going to end the video there, guys. So I think that's it. If you guys have any questions about any part of the install, I can certainly do more. I can lift the car up, show you guys like certain points where it was like hard, rough, whatever. So if you guys have any comments, any questions, drop them down below. If you guys want to follow the build, I know what I'm doing next. Maybe a throttle body, and obviously intake manifold at some point, maybe. I don't know. We'll see. We'll see that. So like I said, any questions, let me know. I'll answer them the best I can. I do have an extensive history with cars, but being firsthand, I do have some tips and tricks that may help you with this overall. So like, comment, subscribe, any questions you guys have, and I'll try to answer, like I said, as best I can. I'm on YouTube all the time, so if you guys do have any questions about anything at any point, let me know, and I would love to answer them to the best of my abilities. But the next thing might be tires, straight up, honestly, because these tires, these Mickey Thompson comps, they don't get traction. So that's probably going to be the next thing that I do. But yeah, that's all I have. You guys have a good evening, good night, good morning, whatever it is for you guys. And I will see you in the next video, which will probably be me taking videos, doing some polls, but that is it. So you guys have a good day. Like, comment, subscribe. Love you guys. Peace out.